The RTFT All-Star Racing League is on the air. Live from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, it's the Granite 175 for Xfinity cars. George Trapasso up in the booth with you tonight. Joining me, as always, is my partner in crime, Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett. Taylor Burris joining us for the pre-race, and first time in the booth, Mr. Andy DeLay. Gentlemen, how are you doing?
Doing all right tonight.
Yeah, doing fantastic. Looking forward to tonight's race.
All right, so Xfinity cars at New Hampshire. I'm shocked at the number of cars we've got in the paddock right now. Currently north of 35, I know that. I don't have the complete rundown. Bear with me a moment while I try to bring that up.
39.
39 cars. And the max that this track will hold is 43, so we're almost at capacity, gentlemen.
Oh, most definitely. And tonight it's going to be a very fun race for many reasons. I mean, it could turn into a race of attrition. We know that, but that's the nature of the track. I mean, it could be a number of things. I mean, as I stated earlier, I ran here last night in the AM series, and it is tough around here. I mean, picking your braking points and then also getting round people as well, especially lap traffic, is going to be very difficult for these guys. And it's very interesting to see who can make it to the front and who can hold it there, because those dive bombs are coming. It's going to be very interesting to see.
Well, three names that we saw last week at Kentucky up towards the front most of the night, Dallas Pataska, Chris Gutierrez, Justin Lisenby. That's three of your top four right now.
Yeah, these guys last night were dominating in the RTFT AM series, both Dallas Pataska and Chris Gutierrez. Chris Gutierrez came home with that win from last night's amateur race, which was his second career win in the RTFT All-Star Series. But I think tonight, some of these guys from the Indy Speedway League will give some of these guys in the RTFT a run for their money. I'm keeping my eye on Gary Bauer.
Gary Bauer is always dangerous no matter where he is. And when I say dangerous, I don't mean, oh my God, he's got a weapon. No, his weapon is that right foot of his, because he's not afraid to, put the hammer down and just put that car where it needs to be. His teammate on Team Booze Brothers currently sitting in 20th, so there's a big gap between the teammates Gary Bauer and Jay Anderson right now. That's going to be something to keep an eye on. Another couple of names that are popping into view here. You got Isaiah Dupree, Kevin Pasquich, Sam and my teammate in the open wheel stuff. So, good to see KP showing up for this. And the guy who actually pushed me to third place in the only NIS race I ever competed in, Mr. Forrest Sparks, in the field tonight. So good to see Forrest turning out for this one.
Yeah, good field of cars. This is probably the largest field, if not the second largest, if not the largest field we've ever had for a RTFT race. And can't wait to see how this race turns out tonight. We got 4 minutes left in practice. So they're just finishing up their final warm-ups before we go qualifying.
Absolutely. And we are going to turn that off so we can watch some just footage of the cars going around as we're talking here. Now, this is race 3 of your season?
Yep, race 3. We went to Daytona opening season, and then, of course, last week we were at Kentucky. So tonight we are here at New Hampshire. So round 3 of our 21 race schedule.
Good to see. And so, Andy, you've been awful quiet. You were in the race last night. Tell us what these guys can look forward to.
Well, as far as being in the race, I had a great time last night, but unfortunately it felt like I was driving a dump truck around the track. This track right here is challenging. Technical as all get out. You have to get off the accelerator and roll through the turn, and it feels like you're rolling through the turn forever before you get back on the throttle. Get back on it too soon, and you'll be rewarded with these cars coming right around on you. Even though we were in the Xfinity cars last night with not as much horsepower, these things here, you'll spin the wheels in a heartbeat, and that'll end your race day really quick.
True story, and it's been known that iRacing purposely sets their setups a little towards the aero push side, so that guys that drive with my driving style are less likely to back the car into the wall. And it's easier to control a car when you're sliding the front as opposed to when you're sliding the back on pavement anyways.
Yeah, you're definitely right. And of course, last night was the amateur series or AM series. And, you don't want guys that are new or newer to the sport, or especially the series, getting out there causing a bunch of cautions because the car comes around on them all the time. But tonight, it should be a show. We got a full house, that's for sure.
It should be a show. We've got a lot of experienced drivers, and we've got I'm looking through the field, and I'm seeing a lot of names from the real world of racing. Ray Black Jr. is joining us, Francois Pelletier joining us, Jake Gordon, who drives sprint cars, Ronnie Osmer from the Super Late Model Series. That's just a quick glance at the field. I'm sure that probably more people
Ryan
in
Ellis,
the field.
Can't forget him.
Ryan Ellis. How I wasn't scrolled down far enough to see Ryan's name, but yeah, we've got Ryan Ellis joining us as well. So, we do see some real life racers transitioning over to see what's going on with here with the RTFT. Granite 175 slated to go off. Only a couple seconds left here in the hot lap session. Last minute laps being turned by some drivers. Dallas Pataska just blistering a lap, and I'm guessing that this was probably draft aided. 30.75. Now, it boggles my mind that in an Xfinity car with a setup that, for all intents and purposes, drives like a plow truck on ice.
And that's the interesting thing around here. I mean, it is very hard to find the right line to turn your car into those corners. I mean, they are long, but they are also very challenging, as Andy's just pointed out. I mean, getting the right line through there and arcing it properly is probably one of the most difficult things to do, especially in a stock car, as it just does not want to turn, as you already pointed out. It's like a plow, ice plow and a snow plow on ice. It just does not want to turn, but these guys know what they're doing. They know how to get it done, and I'm expecting big things from these guys, and it's going to be very interesting to see how it turns out.
Yep, and one of the names that I did happen to forget to mention, Robert Hill Jr. From the NASCAR, or the Canadian Tire Series for NASCAR. Bob,
I believe they call that the Pinty Series now.
Is that what they're calling it this season?
Yeah, it's called the Pinty Series.
NASCAR changes the names of its series more than I change my socks.
Hey, if you bring the money, brother, you get the name.
Oh, yeah.
So, is what it is. Qualifying getting ready to get underway here. We are going to, first few time starting to trickle in here. Dallas Pataska going quicker than he did in practice. Holy Christmas.
Crazy. This cat's flies.
Well, he was at the top of the field almost all race last week, just annihilating the field currently. 50 thousandths of a second to the good.
And let's not count out Samuel Harris. I mean, last week he had such hard luck. I mean, he was trying to run for that win last week, and he just got completely bowled out of it last week, and it was very unfortunate to see that happen. But I'm thinking he might try and make amends for that tonight, and we'll be looking out for him.
True story. Another one that we saw up front all night long last week, Justin Lisenby, right until he got involved in that late race caution, and it just annihilated his night. Anthony Barbone and Justin Krasinski rounding out your top 5 there. First 4 times going sub 31. I never thought I would see that in an Xfinity car here at Loudon in iRacing.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, I gotta have to step away for a little bit, so that way I can take control of this race and see you at post race.
Yes, sir. You go do your whole race control thing, and we'll see you in about hopefully less than 2 hours.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Now, guys, I do want to point out that this isn't just a male-related sport. I do see one female in the field, and that is, let me find her. Is it Melissa?
Melissa Liguri.
Yeah, Melissa Liguri, the faster lady in the field right now, sitting 11th place with a 31.187. So she's no slouch. I'll give her that. She's ahead of Ray Black Jr. anyway.
I was just about to point that out. Take a look at who she's already out-qualified. Is Xfinity driver in the real world, Ray Black Jr. and his teammate, who is part of Ray's real-life crew, and we saw him just march through the field last week, was Francois Pelletier, defending series champion, I might add. So she's already out-qualified, some of the heavy hitters. So definitely keep an eye on the 24 tonight.
Hey, last night all I saw was the back end of her car. She is fast. She knows she has good car control. She has great throttle control. Very impressed with Melissa.
Absolutely. And if any teams are out there looking to pick up a new driver, she would definitely be one to keep an eye on, because I've heard great things about her already. Another young gunner throwing down a decent time early on, super late model driver Ronnie Osmer, transitioning to the heavier, NASCAR style stock cars. So just about 22 seconds left here in qualifying, so we're going to run down the field as it stands right now. I believe everybody's got their laps in. Dallas Pataska and Sam Harris going to be leading them to the point. And we've got Justin Lisenby. And there we go. Justin Lisenby and Anthony Barbone. That's row number 2. Row 3 goes to Justin Krasinski and Austin Wagner. Row 4, Ronnie Osmer and Steve
Gauthier.
Thank you. I wanted to make sure I was looking at that right. And then we got row 5 is Gary Bauer and Chris Gutierrez. Isaiah Dupree joins Melissa Liguri. On row 6. Ray Black Jr. and Tristan Anderson make up row number 7. Creighton Carter and Francois Pelletier are going to be row 8. Jose Pabon and Dustin Ping, row 9. Row 10 sees ISL regulars Jake Gordon and Forrest Sparks. Row 11, Jonathan Medeiros and Casey Metzger. Row 12, Alex Green and Cody Eldred. That's going to be a row to keep an eye on. Then we go back to row 13. Is our teammate, Kevin Paskowicz, and ISL regular Johnny Antonucci. Butch Frazier and Tyler Graff make up. Where did I leave off on? 14?
Row 14.
Thank you. Row 15 is going to see Brad Bothell and Mark Vega. And Jay Anderson and Zach Brew make up row 16. And row 17 goes to, where are we? I just lost my place.
David Bigger and Ashton Crowder.
Yes.
And I'll let you go ahead, Sam. I believe that's everybody that's going to be taking the start. Don't quote me on that.
David Bigger was the last car to take a lap time, which was 4 minutes, 20 seconds, and 348. I'm not sure if that's right.
No, that's what I'm seeing too.
Ashton Crowder is on the same row. The next row belongs to Michael Jeans and I believe, Brian Ellis is disconnected, so I don't think he's going to be with us.
Fair enough.
So Robert Hill Jr. will be on that row with him. Martin Miller and Martin Miller has just joined us. I think he'll be starting shotgun on the field. So
he's going to be pit starting because I don't think he made it out there in time.
I don't think he has. But yeah, we've got a lot of cars taking the green. John Morganti, Brian McPhail, and Ryan Ellis are the guys that haven't connected. They've disconnected and they won't be taking any part in this race. Oh, Ashton Crowder's not running either, so he's out.
Well, here we go. It looks like we're starting our pace lap here. Got the cars underway on the track.
Oh, what the hell's going on? My camera's just took a poo.
Don't worry, we got it. As they come into the 3-4 complex, we've got these cars all nicely stacked up, ready to go.
That's fine that you've got it. The problem is I don't have it on the stream.
Oh.
Pace cars off here. Looks like they're backing down, ready to go here. And they're off. Green, green, green. Start of the race here.
Into the first and second corners, the big go. Dallas Pataska has fallen back by the looks of things.
Absolutely.
Samuel Harris jumping into a very early lead, but Dallas Pataska is still right behind him. This is going to be close racing up front, but they're already pulling away from third place. I believe that is
Anthony Barbone.
Anthony Barbone and Justin Lisenby, third and fourth. Fifth place will go to Justin Krasinski.
And that currently is the battle that's starting to heat up right now as you battle for third.
Yeah. It's got to be close. I mean, they're on a short track after all, so everybody's going to be bunched together and racing hard. So, yeah. Let's see what we can. Let's see what can happen.
As Pataska looks low on Harris coming through the 3-4 complex. Gonna have to be careful, the driver of that number 5, so he doesn't burn off the tires. And that's something that can happen very quickly and without warning here at Loudon.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, if you take the wrong line going through any of these corners, you're going to lose. Oh, dear.
Yeah. It looks like the number 19 got sideways in a turn, but he gathered it back up, and we're still under green here at New Hampshire.
That was Francois Pelletier.
I'm going out of a limb, and from the looks of the rear bumper on that car, he had help going around. Let's back that up and take a look and see what did happen there. So here we are watching him, and it's already happened there, so we're going to back it up just a little more. You see Pelletier there. And for those of you that missed it, let's watch that again. Here he is going into one. And just a little bit of help there from the looks like the 20. And we are back live. And up towards the front, the Sam Harris and Dallas Pataska already have 3/4 of a second on third place Anthony Barbone. I mean, the top two are just walking the entire field right now.
And I'm being told by people in the race that the standings are still on the screen, Tony.
Ah, crap. And, of course, I do that.
You know,
Sorry.
We're still running on tires that were within 10 laps old here. And this all could change if we get into a long run down here. As things tighten up, these cars are going to tighten up, slow down. You definitely have to change the way that you drive these cars as they lighten up when they lose their fuel and the tires start losing their grip. So I don't know if these two guys are going to be up front as far as a long run goes, but we're going to have to wait and see, I guess, right?
I dare say you're right. As we're watching right now through the field, and they're starting to really get strung out, which is something. It's good to see from a driver's standpoint of I don't have to worry about getting killed, but from a broadcast standpoint, not so much.
We're seeing a very different string of cars out in the field tonight. I mean, looking back at Chris Gutierrez, who was one of the dominant cars last week, he's struggling back there in 9th place. I mean, he's got Gary Bauer all over his tail, and he doesn't seem to be liking it around it compared to last week.
He's not, but one that is starting to like it. Ronnie Osmer just making a pass on Steve 64. Sam, how'd you pronounce it again? As we are
Gautier.
almost 3 wide. Gautier?
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay.
Pataska took a look underneath Harris there going into turn 2. It looks like Pataska may have, well, at least in 3 and 4 he didn't, but going through 1 and 2, if you take a look, guys, Pataska will actually run up on Harris.
Yeah, you can see him.
Yeah, he's right there.
Right within
them last time.
Definitely within striking distance. If you notice the line these guys are taking, they're trying to keep 2 tires on the new pavement for the sealer that they put down, and they're trying to keep 2 tires on the grippier old pavement, just to try to not burn the tires off by pinching it down low, like you're going to see a lot of guys do. And
we've got a caution.
Let's see who stepped on their own. Zach Brew looking like he's bringing the caution out. Let's back it up and see what happened to Zach. You see him there in the 05. You see a little bit of contact in front of him. And he commits suicide to stay off of the 30 of Alex Green. Just, trying to be the nice guy, and it doesn't look like he's got too much damage to that 05.
Left rear's tore up a bit here, but I don't think it's going to put him out of the race.
A little bit, but we've seen worse damage, so it's not like he didn't tear the splitter off the car. He didn't tear the rear spoiler off the car, which iRacing has a tendency to not want to fix in a timely fashion. So, yeah, just, basically trying to stay off of the 30 and did the job, basically, as they would say in the wrestling world. Is Sam Harris stays out, Dallas Pataska goes in, and everybody goes with him.
I think that might have a detrimental effect on Samuel Harris, because even though he stayed out, it's going to really affect him slightly, because Dallas Pataska's going to have slightly fresher tires now, and tires are a big thing around here.
They are a big thing around here, but I'm watching Harris stayed out, Vega stayed out, Bigger stayed out, and so did Jay Anderson.
Now, the only thing that can help these guys, if we get a quick turnaround caution, Les, they may be thinking cautions breed cautions here, but
right.
If we go for any length of a run here, these guys are sitting ducks.
Absolutely. So Sam Harris, having led all 12 laps currently, Vega taking it pit side this time. Looks like Gary Bauer staying out. Nope, I'm sorry. Gary pitted under that first one. So Sam Harris, the only one not taking pit service.
And that might come back to bite him.
It might. Agree. And Anthony Barbone winning the race off pit road. As far as those that took 4 tires, Barbone, Lisenby, Pataska, Osmer, Wagner, Ping, Goodyear, and Krasinski rounding out your top 10. Judging by the pit times, all those guys did take 4. Gary Bauer only taking 2. 8.3 second stop in the box. And I did speak with okay. I did. Mr. Pelletier earlier today, he did not go 32 laps last week. Apparently, every piece of telemetry that I have was mistaken on him. He went down pit road, and apparently the people in charge of telemetry did not pick it up.
Wow! So
he did not go 32 laps on a tank of fuel.
I actually thought that was a bit strange. I mean, going 32 laps on a fuel run that lasted half that almost, and it was just strange the way it just came up like that. I was thinking, nah, that can't be right.
Well, everybody else was getting around 26. The lights are out on the pace car. Sam Harris going to bring them right back down to green here. Harris, Bauer, Lisenby, Barbone, Osmer, Pataska, Ping, Wagner, Krasinski, and Goodyear, your top 10. Pace car getting ready to duck on off as we will be working lap 15 this time across the stripe. Working the 3-4 complex right now, and
here we go.
Business.
Green flag, green flag.
Business
Wow.
is picking up, and what a jump for Harris. Who says old tires can't work on a restart?
Yeah, but Gary Bauer's going to be right there now because we've seen from the ISL what Gary's like when he's in the draft.
Anthony
Somebody who wants to
Barbone
get
had
past.
something to say about that.
I was going to say,
Oh, yeah.
Gary's got to worry about Barbone right now. Forget setting his sights on Harris. He's got to deal with the very hungry 25.
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
And throw a blanket over the top 6 right now. Ooh.
There goes
Hang
Gary,
on to her,
no.
kid.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's the caution. Oh,
And that was on Ronnie Osborne.
oh, Pataska's gone.
Arca! Good grief.
Oh no, that was terrible. I mean, there's a huge pileup on the front stretch.
Sam, we've just had our first Arca moment.
Yes.
That's
Let's watch that again.
heartbreaking to see Pataska get caught up in that.
It looks like the 31 of Lisenby just got into the left rear quarter of Gary. And Gary, wow, the 4. Who was that?
55 of Osmer looks like he was really pressing the issue there coming out of turn 3.
Yeah, the 4 is Creighton Carter.
Creighton Carter didn't even lift. You got Gary Bauer spinning down the front straightaway, and Creighton never even came off the gas and just blasted him driver's side door. And there goes the motor.
Dallas Pataska's car is more screwed up than Hogan's Ghost, as you might usually say. I mean, it's bad.
Let me find Dallas. There he is. Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what,
The front of that car
is
the front of that car is wadded.
And Carter doesn't. He has no power. He is dead in the water.
Well, it's not
Ronnie
surprising.
Osmer's driving.
Go ahead.
Carry on.
I was going to say it's
Ronnie
not.
Osmer's Sorry.
Yeah, listening to drivers.
One,
chat
two,
here,
1, 2, 3,
folks,
not
let me
it.
tell you, there's some folks out there are none too happy about what just happened out there.
I'm guessing one of them might be the 27 because he had help going around from the 31. You saw Lisenby get to his quarter panel and around went Bauer.
I think Pelletier got caught up in that because he's a lap down as well now.
Let me point something out. The one person we said was a sitting duck, it worked for him. The 98 to Samuel Harris.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing is, we were told that you could get about 50 laps off a fuel stint. Whether or not your tires will last that long, that's a different story.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
But, this is definitely helping Sam because he's able to keep the tires cold. They've got a heat cycle on them, which means that the next time he goes to run them, provided he didn't wear all the goodie off the tire, it's going to not heat up as quickly, let's put it that way.
That was just a huge wreck. A lot of cars taking repairs in that. I mean, this was going to happen. I mean, the amount of cars on track and how short it is in the run-ups to the corners. If one goes in the pack, the rest of them are going to follow. So, yeah, that was always going to happen.
This is a huge field. And that's without the drivers, including the drivers who have already quote left. We got 36 cars still circulating this place.
And Martin Miller, I will point out, he was the person to jump in at the last minute. I don't think he took the start because he's 9 laps down.
He was I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Martin hasn't even been in the car yet.
Which makes me think he might.
He has. He has, because he's only 10 laps down and we're 20 laps into a race.
Yeah.
So
and it says, it's according to my telemetry, it says he's run 9 laps. So,
Guys, I'll also tell you someone who has some straight sheet metal out there is Ray Black Jr. He's already up to the 7th position, looking fast, looking strong, and has no damage from that. So watch out for Ray Black Jr.
Look out for Ray Black Jr. Look out for
Dustin Peng. He's made
Dustin
his way.
Peng is in the top 5. Dustin ran up front most of last week, led a great deal of the race, and
Started 18th as well.
Started 18th, already up to 4th. 4th. As the lights are out on the pace car,
Green flag.
and we are back live. Sam Harris getting a decent jump. Anthony Barbone, unfortunately, having to start in the hardest position to restart a race here in iRacing, outside row number 1. And we see a little bit of damage to the back of Lisenby's 31. Apparently, he got piled into from the backside there during that last melee.
And here comes Dustin Peng.
And here comes Dustin Peng, already up to 3rd, working the inside of Lisenby. They are side by side, but the back of Lisenby's car, looks like it backed into a pole. And unfortunately, when you come to a track like Loudon, it's the biggest short track I've ever seen. That's about the only way I could say it. It reminds me a lot, and Sam pointed this out to me, and I think he's right. It reminded me a lot of Thompson. Just opened up a little bit. Very little, but a little bit.
I like to call it a Martinsville on steroids.
Well, if you've never been to Thompson, the way the corners are laid out here, it's very similar to Thompson, Connecticut. It's flat. You have room. There's a couple different lines that can be taken. As we're watching this battle for 3rd just continue to rage on, the 31 and the 20 just side by side, giving each other room, but not a lot. I don't think I could have fit my fat ass between those two cars through that last corner.
Going back to describing what the difference between Thompson and Martinsville, I think that this track is a really unfortunate love child between the two.
Here we go into turn 3. We got Anthony Barbone really putting a bumper to Samuel Harris.
Trying to bump and run. Unfortunately, Harris was able to hang on that top side, keeping it wound up. Barbone lost a little bit as the bump and run didn't quite work the way he intended. Harris leads lap 25. So next time by the stripe, we will be halfway for this first segment. First segment scheduled for 50 laps. And Sam Harris is currently led.
Oh, Dustin Peng's just gone off.
Whoop.
He's just gone off on the infield. I don't know what happened.
Let's find out.
Yellow flag is out.
Let's.
And we got a yellow guy.
Trying to see who died first. Butch Frazier. In the 555 Hooters car, pointing the wrong way on looks like the backstretch. A lot of damage to the right side of that car. Let's see what happened to Butch. On the high side, he's 3 wide. Here comes Pelletier, and just eats the wall. Able to get it woed down, but it was that 3 wide and running out of room coming off the corner. So tough break for the 55. Hopefully he's got a fast repair left so he can get that car back out and up to where it needs to be.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, Dustin Peng, from what I could see from his incident, is that he got loose coming out of the corner and just almost hit the wall on the infield, which is unfortunate for him too.
Well,
but he's recovered it and he's back out there as well.
Let's find out. You see Peng there coming off of 2, and the car just hooked right on him. I'm thinking that was a wheel trouble because the car wasn't sideways. It just hooked hard left and into the grass he went.
Yeah,
And
luckily he managed to recover it.
finally, Sam Harris pits the car. And wins the race off pit road.
I'm thinking he might have just took 2, maybe.
I take that back. He did not go down pit road.
Oh.
Harris
Wow.
staying out. Lisenby staying out.
I'm not understanding this call on Harris here. This would be the time I'd want to definitely go in and take 4.
I have no idea, but Lisenby staying out. Goodyear staying out. Krasinski staying out. Madero staying out. And Zach Brew staying out. Mike Jean staying out. And then from 8th place, Johnny Antonucci back, everybody going down pit road. Looks like Jake Gordon and Dustin Ping, the only two not taking 4 tires.
Unfortunate for Dallas Pataska, I believe he might have retired from the race because he's still on pit road since his incident and he's 11 laps down now. So
I see that. He hasn't moved in 9 minutes. And for that matter, so has Gary Bauer. Neither one of them have moved since that incident took place.
Yeah, I'm thinking they've both called it a night and they're just watching the race from this point onwards.
And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Tyler Graff, Robert Hill Jr., Ronnie Osmer, Forrest Sparks, Brad Brothwell, there's a lot of cars taking repairs. Cody Eldred over a minute in the pits right now, going a lap down. Casey Metzger going a lap down. Melissa Ligori taking some desperately needed repairs, it looks like. So lights are out on the pace car as we are back live.
This should be interesting here, this restart.
Harris opting for the outside line this time. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen here. Lisenby is going to have even less of a chance to see that number 98 pull the trigger. So this is where it gets fun. And I'm thinking Krasinski's getting the best seat in the house right now because all he's got to do is wait for that 98 to twitch and he can pull the trigger.
I'm predicting Wagner's going to get a good run as well. Lisenby's going to get one hell of a run on the inside.
Another great restart by Harris.
Another great start by Harris, and Lisenby able to hang with him. Krasinski a little bit asleep at the switch, and we're watching the battle right now rage on as Krasinski under fire right now. He's got the 64 of
Yellow.
Goodyear, and okay.
Another yellow.
Wow, that didn't take long at all.
Johnny Antonucci, and it looks like Tyler Graff. Tyler Graff smoking. So let's. Oh yeah, those cars definitely got together. You see Graff there. You see Antonucci in the Goodyear car.
Pelletier as well, by lots of things.
Pelletier to the inside. Oh, that started with the 24. So let's back that up just a little bit here. That started with the 24 Liguri. As they took her 3 wide, Pelletier down on the very low side. Just a little bit of contact between Antonucci and Liguri, and that's what caused that entire melee. Antonucci bounced off the 24 and sent her into the wall, and then came down and collected Pelletier. Excuse me, Pelletier, Graff, Metzger. A lot of good cars. Looks like Forrest Sparks got involved in that one. Ronnie Osmer caught up in that one. Robert Hill Jr. caught up in that one. Most of them able to limp them back to pit. Yeah, Ronnie Osmer just having a horrid night right now.
Remember what I said at the start of the broadcast, though, that this race will be a race of attrition, and it's certainly turning out that way right now.
Yes, it will be, but I'm still pissed that I lost the bet for when the first caution was going to come out. I bet the under, and of course the over comes up.
I bet the under too, so I lost too.
Yeah.
Hey guys, got a question. I'm sitting here looking at the back of the number 31 car of Jason Lisenby. and he's tore up. Well, where did he get that damage?
That would be the incident between him and Dallas Pataska and everybody else there.
No, that was when Gary Bauer got sideways, he lifted and got blasted in the butt.
He surely did. I'm surprised he is as fast as he is right now.
Well, it's not an aero track, so you don't really go that fast. So aero is not really a factor around here.
It is and it isn't. I mean, it's still it's not as big of a factor as a place like Michigan or California, Daytona, Talladega. You know, you're mile and a half and ups. Whoa. I'd like to apologize. I'm watching cars blink badly right now, and I'm not sure if it's me or if it's them.
Might be them because I think Jay Anderson was having problems with his server for, a moment ago, so it might be.
Well, the 98 just left the entire back straightaway. So
that's not good.
That can't be good if Sam Harris is having connection issues, especially as he's been on the front most of the race so far.
Absolutely, absolutely. So,
what happened to Ray Black? He's at the back of the field for some reason. He's down in 15th as well.
Not sure as the lights go out on the pace car. Still on the lead lap. Probably just playing the long game right now, trying to save his tires towards the end of the run. 34 laps in. We're 15 to go before the segment ends, and Harris, Lisenby, Krasinski, Gutierrez, Brew, Medeiros, Jeans, Barbone, Wagner, and Gordon, your top 10. Good to see Barbone able to get back up after that early melee that he got caught up in. Let's see if Sam Harris can do it one more time.
I'll tell you what, he's been a magician with these restarts here. Makes Ron Hornaday look horrible.
Green flag.
And there we go. Gets a great jump again. Justin Lisenby not really able to see him. I thought outside was difficult to restart from. Apparently, if the leader's allowed to choose which line they want, it's even more difficult as Lisenby just pinches Gutierrez. That battle for second is just Gutierrez. Okay. And Zach Bruce sideways coming through turn 4. Everybody doing a great job to avoid him. We're almost 3 wide coming down the tight front straightaway here.
Oh, man.
This is your battle for 4th, by the way.
I tell you what, these guys are just itching for a wreck back here.
3 wide. And luckily, Barbone wisely backing out of it as the 84. Medeiros has a lot of damage on the nose of that car. And how he's able to drive it as well as he is, I have no idea. But there's a ton of nose damage on that car, and that front splitter is messed.
Oh yeah, a lot of good cars getting damaged around here. I mean, that's like I said before, it's expected because of the nature of the track, but it's a bit early for cars to be getting this badly damaged. Surely,
it's never too early for cars.
41 goes
Yellow.
Oh no, that's another melee, and Ray Black Jr. is caught in that. A lot of cars in that.
Good grief!
Wow,
that was caused by Jake Gordon getting turned there, and then
I'm trying to find him, and everybody keeps moving. Wow, the left side of that car is messed. Let's take a look and see what happened there. That's already. Here they are going into turn 3. See Gordon on the high side, and 25 pushes the envelope, tries to make it. 25 caught the apron, pushed up into the 84, and blackjack. Everybody lose.
Everyone lost there, that's for sure. Hey, and I was talking about Ray Black. He got the bad end of that thing. He's tore up bad.
Let me find Mr. Black, and we will see what's going on here.
A few cars coming down pit road. Kevin Paskovich coming down. I'd say a few of those damaged cars will be making their way to pit road as well. Actually, Kevin Paskovich was in that incident, so all the damaged cars coming down.
KP looked like he was able to pick his way through it. And here we are following along with Ray in the replay. Yeah, he just got run over by the 18 and pushed right into Jake Gordon's door. But yeah, a lot of cars getting caught up in that one. We're going to back that up a little bit. We're going to watch along with KP. And there's KP coming into it, able to avoid spinning Alex Green, able to stay off the 51. I don't think KP got touched.
Which is unusual for KP because, as we know, he likes his air miles.
Well, yeah,
So-
that's the thing. I mean, normally, if it wasn't for bad luck, KP wouldn't have any luck at all. But I got to give you props, Sam. If you're the one that painted that PH Aware the Mighty number 7, that's a sharp looking vehicle.
I did. I painted Gary Bauer's car as well.
Gary Bauer's another nice, sharp looking car. So.
Yeah.
40 laps into this event. Just about 10 to go before the first segment's supposed to end. Or not. Ooh. Almost throws him a dummy. Sam Harris faking like he's going to go down pit road. 40 laps in. He's led all 40. Make that 40. Currently 41. As we are back live. It'll be 41 this time across the stripe. And Sam Harris has led from the drop of the green so far.
So far, his pit strategy, which is no pitting, has paid off.
It has. It's going to be interesting to see if he tries the same thing in segment 2, which is going to be another 50-lap shootout. And then we go to roughly 75 laps to end this thing. I think by the time we get the green, the green, we're looking right around 70 laps of actual competition.
Ray Black Jr. and Cody Eldred bringing it down pit road again to repair some more of that damage. Their cars are tore up right now. I think they've used the one reset and they're just going in to repair normal damage now, which is unfortunate for them.
You see Zach Brew way down on the track trying to get stuff cleaned off. That car is screwed up as well. The back end of Lisenby's car still caved way in. So Harris getting ready to bring him back to green. Pace car is in. Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Wow.
It'll be 9 laps to go right now. Does anybody have anything for Harris right now? That's the question. By 12 laps, he has the oldest tires on the track.
I tell
He's
you
got to
what,
pit at some point.
he has to pit sometime. But I
Taylor
tell you
told
what,
us
he does know how to restart a race.
Right, but Taylor told us in the pre-race that, under green they could make it all 50. And we've had quite a few cautions already. As we go side by side for third place, see Krasinski on the high side, Gautier on the low side. And they're still side by side, and they're contending with Lisenby. Lisenby better pick up the pace, or else he's going to lose second. Harris, Lisenby, Krasinski, Gautier, Wagner, Brew, Ping, Pelletier, up to 8th already, so good to see that happening. Bigger in 9th, and Brad Brothwell in 10th, as we are 6 to go before that competition caution on lap 50.
Yeah, this is looking a lot cleaner than it has been in the last few cautions. Oh, I say that, and the contact in the middle of the field. The 82 getting into it with somebody.
Get your hate mail ready, folks. That was Sam Cooper Bennett that just jinxed the field.
Yeah, and I live in Ireland. Okay, so it's going to cost you a bit to send me that hate mail.
Yep.
So I'm seeing Madeiros involved in this one. Let's back it up and see what's going on there. Whoa!
That's going to be the end of the segment as well because it's lap 45.
Vega and Antonucci getting into it and causing all sorts of stuff to happen behind them. Let's watch that again from...
This is turning into a figure 8 race the way this is going.
They were 4 wide at one point.
Well, let's see. Are we going to see Samuel Harris dive in this time?
Oh, you're going to have to. He's, 45 laps on
Nope.
this. Nope.
Unbelievable.
Maybe he knows something the rest of us don't. Let's back this up because, see, Ronnie Osmer just balls out, bombing it into turn 3, running out of room, clips the 61, Forrest Sparks, and just everybody eats shit behind him.
I'm thinking Melissa Ligori must be getting her lucky dog now because she was the first car a lap down. So she gets that lucky dog.
She is, because she is definitely faster than pace speed.
So she's going to be back on the lead lap now, which is good for her. Oh no, Cody Eldred. He got the lucky dog. Which is strange because he wasn't the first car a lap down.
Apparently he was.
Huh.
Harris staying out, Lisenby staying out, Krasinski staying out, Gutierrez staying out, Wagner staying out, Brew staying out, Peng staying out, Pelletier staying out, Bigger staying out. It looks like everybody's staying out except for Paskowicz.
KP.
Yeah,
KP
Paskowicz, the first car taking it down pit road. Osmer involved in that. Tristan Anderson involved in that. Mark Vega involved. Cody Eldred getting the wave. So, and it looks like Jay Anderson not having a good night as well. I'm seeing connection issues happening for Jay, so something to keep an eye on there. And unfortunately, I don't see... Well, for starters, I'm the only one of the broadcast team in TeamSpeak.
I'm going to join. I'll come
And
to
I
TeamSpeak now if you
don't
want.
see any of our top 5 in TeamSpeak.
Oh, was the address not shared like it should have
No,
been?
it was shared. I mean, there are drivers in here. It's just I don't see anyone in the top 5.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Is
something
there
to
any of our ISL drivers available we can talk to?
let's see who's the first one.
I believe it might be KP, isn't it? No, can't be. That's actually Alex Green.
And the lights are out on the pace car, so we're gonna have to wait.
Yeah, we'll wait till next time. I don't mind.
So. Segment 1 in the books. Next segment scheduled to end on lap 100. And apparently race
Looks
control not 100%
It looks
happy.
like they're going to turn the lights back on the pace car.
Yeah, the segment is over, so it's basically the segment has ended under caution, so he's had to throw the caution flag again.
Fair enough. Lights are back out on the pace car.
As long as he didn't go for the pit wall again, that's the main thing.
That's right.
Yeah, which we've seen way too many times in the past couple of weeks here. Driving that Mustang GT500 straight through walls. Wanted to look at the pace car driver and go, dude, are you like off the wagon?
He usually is. I mean, he's got that hip flask in his pocket for a reason, I should imagine.
Well, 190 miles an hour into the turn 4 wall at Charlotte, driving through the pit wall at, I forget where the hell we saw that. Martinsville. Richmond.
Yeah, pace car's
Green
off.
flag, green flag.
Well, you're forgetting where we are? We're at New Hampshire.
No, where we saw the car drive through the pit wall. And
Oh,
I'm
no,
trying
that
to-
was a night race. It was at Auto Club.
Well, no, we saw it at Richmond, too.
And
Oh,
Daytona,
what's
if
going
I
on
recall.
here with Harris sliding through the infield?
Oh, no.
What just happened?
What happened to Harris?
Wow.
He's
There
left the
must be a
server as well.
discount.
Yeah, he's left the server. He's retired.
Yellow,
Unreal.
yellow, yellow.
What?
And the caution flag's been thrown again.
What?
Could be second, gonna be third. It's all good.
I tell you what, Justin Listenby must be the happiest guy out there right now.
I reckon so, because that is just the strangest thing ever for someone that is leading the race and has led most of the race now. He won the first segment and he's just pulled it to one side and just retired. That's strange.
How bad is my ass in there?
I've never seen that before.
We need to definitely try to find out what happened. Hopefully, it's just a connection issue.
I have absolutely that wasn't a connection issue because he just stepped on it, hauled it hard left, and decided to blow a donut through the grass.
That is just strange.
That is. Okay, now the 31 of Listenby is bringing them down along with the 64 of Steve Got the A down in the pit road.
Justin Kennedy in the 43, the only one opting to stay out. Looks like he's trying to get that all-important bonus point.
Now, I'm not sure if you want to do interviews now while the split's over.
Might just as well. If you want to go ahead and bring somebody down, Sam, that'd be great.
I'm going to bring KP down and see what how his race is going,
Sound resumed.
if I can.
I don't even see you in here.
User was moved to your channel.
Oh, you're in the other broadcast booth.
Oh,
User joined your channel.
There you
KP, Tony up in the booth. You got me, sir.
Hey man, how's it going?
I was about to ask you the same question. Talk us through that last segment. You were able to pick your way through that bad melee on the front straightaway. What was going through your mind when you saw the track block?
I figured my race was over a couple of times. I think there's two that we picked through. It's just been trying to figure out the car, figure out the track. I've never actually run a race in this car at this track before. Run a lot of bush races and a lot of races here, but never together. So, just trying to figure it out and pick our way through the race.
Well, for what it's worth, you've kept the car clean for most of the night. You got a little bit of damage in the tail there, but for the most part, the PH Aware, the mighty number 7, is definitely
you're
looking.
not talking on TeamSpeak.
What'd you say, Sam?
I was saying that you got a little bit of damage on the tail end of that car, but the PH Aware, the mighty number 7, is definitely looking strong right now.
Well, we'll see. Still not as fast as I'd like to be, but I don't know. I think we can get a top 10 yet.
Well, that's going to bring us a new leader of Justin Krasinski in the 43.
All right, KP, we'll let you get back up to the rest of your team, and good luck in the next segment here.
All right, thank you guys. Sorry, Sam.
All right, so Kevin Paskowicz joining us there. Let me throw him back up into the Phenomenal Motorsports
User was moved out of your channel.
team room.
Yeah, I
And it
was
looks-
going to ask him what happened to Samuel Harris, but obviously the green was about to come out, so I couldn't
Yeah,
get around to
we
it.
ran completely out of time. So that's going to hand the lead over to Justin Krasinski in the 43, choosing the outside line. John Medeiros going to be joining him on the front row. Anthony Barbone and Kevin Pasquich starting third and fourth. Justin Lisby, Steve Goodyear, Austin Wagner, Francois Pelletier, where are we? Brad Brothwell and David Bigger rounding out your top 10 as they work their way through the 3-4 complex. Lights are out on the pace car. Krasinski going to lead him to green this time, and Krasinski 42 laps on his current stint. So,
And they're away.
And they are away, and he has almost half a second. KP up into second.
Not bad for his first ever race at this track, you know.
In that car, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've run modifieds here.
Oh! That is huge!
I just saw somebody on their side.
Yeah, the number 2 got flown into the wall. Austin Wagner gets turned and he goes flying into the wall lid first.
Yeah, and the 61 just went into the tire barrier, driver's door. No, that was the 31 that
no
ended up on top of the tire barrier.
I thought it was the 2. I thought it looked like the 2 on top of his car. But...
No, that was Lisenby that went on a Mr. Toads there. Let's watch that again.
Oh, no.
You see him coming off a 2 here, and he just comes down in front of the 2. The 2 was involved, and that was wild.
Thank God this is a sim.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those thank God this is a simulator moments. The 31 just started to come down. It looked like he was trying to make a move on whoever was in front of him. And he had Austin Wagner there. Let's ride along with Austin and see what he saw. And
no caution.
There you see the 31 on the high side. Yeah, that's surprising. All Austin saw was the underside of a car coming across his nose.
Yeah, that was just huge.
How that wasn't a caution, I have no idea. And KP is dropping like a stone.
Yeah, while you're saying that, Justin Krasinski has pulled out a 1.9 second lead. He's just pulled away from everybody.
Yeah, that's definitely a snap see you buy kind of moment. Krasinski just class of the field right now.
Taking advantage of the incidents happening behind him.
The field's starting to get strung out a little bit. The battle right now is for 10th between Austin Wagner, Kevin Pasquich, and Ronnie Osmer.
I'm wondering if that damage on KP's car is actually... but he hasn't got damage. I wonder if he's used his tyres up already.
That's a possibility. He's only 13 laps in, but anything can happen here.
Yeah, he's dropped back to 9th place, and he's looking like he's going to lose another one to Chris Gutierrez.
He is, as we're watching Francois Pelletier work on Steve Goodyear right now in the 64. Pelletier up to 4th already.
He's been through the wars again tonight, and he's still making his way through the field.
Absolutely.
Like a hot knife through butter.
I'm thinking when the Xfinity Series goes to Loudon, they may want to put Francois in a second car.
Yeah. They're going to have to. It's huge. Oh, no. Oh, Ronnie Osmer again. Ronnie Osmer's gone. On the inside, no caution again, but...
And Medeiros. Both of them. Let's take a look at what happened there.
Ooh, they're not happy. Medeiros is not happy with Osmer on that.
Yeah, he cut across the nose of Medeiros. And
Medeiros cut across the nose of Osmer, and Osmer
that was the one.
Didn't lift. And...
no caution.
I'm glad they cleared up Lisenby's car before they came across.
Yeah,
because that was in exactly the same spot.
Yeah. But yeah, those two gentlemen are not happy with each other right now. Able to keep going. Doesn't look like either one's going to pit right now. And
They're gonna have some speed
Medeiros
factor.
is fighting that car. We're watching him live now, and he's just fighting the handling of that car.
He's gonna have to pit. He's got too much damage to continue right now. I mean, they both hit that inside wall at a very high rate of speed.
I'm surprised that car doesn't have a meatball flag.
Yeah, no doubt. He is tore up. I kind of wonder if Medeiros is just trying to do everything he can to make it up to Osmore to give him a little payback.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I've seen less surprising things happen. I don't think he's going to make it, though, because Osmer's starting to gap him. As Vega's starting to mix it up now in that Budweiser 82 with Cody Eldred. Eldred looks like he's backed the car into a pole as well.
Yeah, he's been through the wars tonight. He's been in a couple of those big wrecks that we've seen tonight, which is unfortunate for him.
And another one that looks like it's been through a war is Ray Black Jr.'s 07. That car, just good grief. I feel sorry for the body guys.
Yeah.
You know, if you ever work for a race team, just remember that the body and paint crew, you know, they're the unsung heroes of motorsport. And just remember, always, a case of beer is always appreciated.
Is that why they have such a hard time finding folks to work for Danica Patrick?
I can either confirm or deny these allegations, Senator. Remind me to share with you a picture that I sent to Vega of Danica's hauler got hit on the highway, and somebody captioned it, "Who let Danica drive the hauler?"
You know, if Danica decides to leave Stuart Haas, there is a spot open at JGR next season, so because Matt Kenseth has lost his seat, so maybe she might move there.
My guess is the money's left Danica Patrick.
Yeah, once GoDaddy left, and they had that whole fiasco with the what was it, Natural Food?
Yeah, the bakery.
Something.
Oh, Nature's Bakery, yeah.
Yeah, the money's basically gone. As Gutierrez works to the inside of Isaiah Dupree, makes it look just that easy.
Yeah, he's been good with those inside passes, but it's on the exit of the corners he has a bit of trouble because it pushes him up the track.
Well, there's a reason for that. Look at the left rear quarter panel of that car.
True.
Yeah, it's allowing Isaiah to get back at him and make another move to try and get that position back, but Isaiah's not really capitalizing on it either because
his car's just as screwed up.
They're all screwed up.
Guys, while we're talking, I do believe Anthony Barbone is reeling in Krasinski.
Well, let's look at the split. Nope.
He's got it down to half a second.
No, he doesn't. Not anymore, he doesn't. As he scrapes the wall with the right side of that beast.
Still hanging with him, though. He's still there.
Oh, he's still hanging with him, but he's losing just under a full tenth a lap.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that wall touch definitely did not do him much good. And I would like to point out that Krasinski, our leader, currently has 59 laps on his current tires.
So he's been doing the same strategy as Samuel Harrison, just staying out there.
Yeah, but I do believe his tires are checking out right now.
Yeah, that's why he's being caught.
Yeah, Barbone is starting to reel him back in now. Got it settled back down. But I would like to point out these guys are 2 1/4 seconds to the good over Steve Gutierrez.
Yeah, and he's another 5 seconds ahead of Casey Metzger. So field is very stretched out right now. If you're up the front, but at the back, in the middle to the back, it's a bit cramped.
Absolutely. As we're watching Tristan Anderson in that Walmart Ford fight with Austin Wagner's Chevy. And Gutierrez right on their back bumpers right now. These guys get in line. They could start to reel in Dustin Ping, but it's a big ask as he's almost a full second up the road.
Just an update on Justin Lisenby. He is back out on track now, but he is 2 laps down.
He is, and he was able to finally get that car fixed. I noticed that the rear end wasn't quite as caved in as it was before.
Yeah, he managed to take a quick repair and get that car back out there, and still plenty of this race to go. He's 2 laps down, but I reckon he'll get them back. He's the first car that is laps down, so if there is another caution,
not much longer he's going to be. As we see the 84 getting ready to go a lap down there.
Yeah.
Business is about to pick up front because
sure
Anthony
is.
Barbone has caught Krasinski. Looks like he's backing up to see where Krasinski goes through traffic so he can try to pick his way through as well. So we see the 84 go a lap down. Tyler Graff going a lap down. Johnny Antonucci going a lap down. As these guys are giving plenty of room to the leaders so far. And almost contact between Graff and Antonucci. That's a battle for position there.
So yeah, Jonathan Medeiros finally going a lap down. I mean, did he stay out after that incident, or is
He did. He and Ronnie
wow.
Osmer both.
Yeah, that was a big mistake by Medeiros. He should have just took it down pit road and got those repairs.
Well, I didn't think we were going to stay this green this long. So currently 25 laps into this second segment, halfway into the segment, as Krasinski, Barbone, Gutierrez, Metzger, Pelletier, Ping, Anderson, Gutierrez, Wagner, and Dupree are your top 10. And now we get to see the 555. Butch Frazier now 1 lap down. So these guys, even with the oldest tires on the track, Justin Krasinski is still cranking off low 31-second laps.
Yeah, that's amazing pace considering how long he's been out there on those tires. I mean, even keeping Anthony Barbone at bay, and he's pitted a few times in that time that Justin Krasinski has been on those tires. So yeah, he's driving like a madman tonight, but it's doing some good.
Well, here's the thing: the 2 guys with the 2 oldest sets of tires right now.
Oh, get your hate mail to Tony Trapasso.
Uh-oh.
I'm used to it. Who died? Zach Brew. Zach Brew in the 05.
Oh dear.
It looks like he had help. So let's watch the previous set of corners. You see the 95. That's Robert Hill Jr. underneath him as he checks up for the 5.
He got punted by Ray Black. Oh no.
Who
He
did?
sure did.
The 05? What are you guys seeing?
It was a short while after he spun.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, Ray Black, he's just not had no luck at all tonight, has he?
No, he's not. So Zach Brew was trying to stay off of the 5 of Dallas Pataska and just lost the back end of the car, and Ray Black Jr. had an ARCA moment.
Yeah, he just.
And for those of you who don't know what an ARCA moment is, that's where you use the car in front of you to slow your car down because you just don't feel like using your own brakes because your team can't afford new pads.
Daytona this year was a prime example
Yep.
of ARCA braking. In the ARCA series, actually. Didn't that guy get injured from that incident? You know, when his car was completely turned over?
Yes. I'm drawing a blank on who the driver was. Wholesale pit stops right now. Krasinski coming in. Metzger going in. Pelletier going in. this can't be right.
No, Krasinski's still out on track. He's got Tyler Graff
Krasinski
right
stayed
behind.
out.
Yeah,
And
Tyler Graff is up there now.
Tyler
but
Graff
he's
and
not
Gary
down.
Anderson or Gary Bauer were hoping for the to get a wave around. They said, "F it, we're pitting." This is crazy. 69
I don't
laps on a
understand
fuel
that.
stint.
If Anthony Barbone doesn't completely cream him on the restart, I will be very surprised. Because Barbone has pitted and he's on fresh tires and fuel. So it's going to take a lot for Krasinski to fend off that number 25.
Well, he's got a lighter fuel load, but he's also got older tires. Now the question is, did he wear all the goodie off the tire? And for those of you who don't know what the goodie is, on a slick tire, there's a fine layer of super soft rubber on the very outside of the tire, which is going to be the first to go. Then you get to the carcass, which is what the main compound of the tire is made out of. So you've got the good rubber, then you've got the rest of the rubber, and then you've got the belts.
Yeah.
So did he wear all the goodie off the tire in the last 69, now about to be 70 laps?
Well, I'm guessing he must have done because Barbone was catching him hand over fist last time. So something must have gone in those tires for Barbone to get him that quickly. But at the same time, Krasinski was holding Barbone off while he was making his way through traffic. So it's a difficult one to call.
He was able to defend, but now that we're coming to a restart, he's got to have a hell of a restart to be able to get into a position where he's going to be able to defend again. And he's in trouble now because he's got Dustin Ping and Steve Gutierrez and Francois Pelletier right there within striking distance. And they've all got fresh tires.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Dustin Ping has some damage, but it hasn't been affecting him too much. My money's on Pelletier in the 19. Yeah, get your hate mail coming when he crashes. I know it's going to happen. I just jinxed you.
Gutierrez is there as well.
And Gutierrez is there as well. So, Katie bar the door. Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Great jump for the 43.
Well, he caught Anthony Barbone sleeping on that restart.
Yes, he
It's
did.
a 64. Gauthier is going to take the position here.
Gauthier now side by side with the 25 of Barbone. And they are reeling in Krasinski. There's 3 wide as they go through the 3-4 complex. Oh, you know it's a good race when the announcer's white-knuckled on his own steering wheel.
Yeah, I'm holding on tight now. I mean,
That's right.
Krasinski's still holding on even after that. I thought he was going to get swallowed up by that 3 wide.
Well,
Then
discretion
here we
being
go.
the
Here
better
comes Gauthier.
the discretion being the better part of valor. Barbone actually backed out. Oh, and he turns him.
Around he goes.
Oh,
collected
Ping in
everyone.
that as well. Gutierrez looks like he got that as well.
KP taking a dive through the grass to avoid it. Good grief.
I'd take the 1X for that.
I'll definitely take the 1X for that. Let's go to the blimp replay, and we're going to back that up a little more. Watch the 2 black cars towards the left side of your screen right now. As they work through the 1-2 complex, they get the 25 gets a run, and there's the wall contact, and there's the melee behind him. 25 spins. Gutierrez gets collected. Alex Green slips by. Oh, Melissa gets just blasted again. If it wasn't for bad luck, that young lady would not have any luck at all tonight.
Not at all. And Jay's putting it behind the wall. He's going to call it a night. Jay Anderson.
Jay Anderson was involved in that one too, so not a big surprise there. A lot of damaged cars.
Sounds to me like Ray Black Jr. is putting it behind the wall as well.
I wouldn't blame him. You know what? We're going to do this. We're going to Come on.
Tell you, listening to the chat, Tyler Graff is really bent.
We already know that.
All right, so here's what KP saw. They're coming down the front straightaway.
Vega's
You see
retired, sorry.
Vega in front of him. Another Team Phenomenal driver. Got Melissa in front of Vega. And you see the melee start to happen there. So there's the smoke. KP off the throttle. Hauls it hard left, just barely using part of the road course, actually. You know, KP, I know you like running road courses, but
Yeah, I know.
that was wow. I don't know how else to say it, but wow.
Yeah, Mark Vega's put it behind the wall as well. He's retired. He's left the server.
Well, Vega had a lot of bad luck tonight too.
Melissa Ligori's going to call it a night as well. By the looks of things, she's done. Ray Black Jr., I'm not sure. No, he's still out on track. He's not retired the car, so he's fine. He's 6 laps down, though.
Hats off to Melissa Ligori. She's, she came to this race out of the AM race by finishing up front last night. She put on a great show. We're going to see a lot out of her in this league.
Absolutely, and I will say, I said it before and I'll say it again, if there's any team out there looking for a younger driver that could possibly bring some sponsor dollars to the table just based off their driving skill, definitely look into Melissa, because I've heard some really good things and seen some really good things out of her. She just had some really bad luck tonight. As we're looking at Tyler Graff's number 77, and that car is tweaked. I mean, I don't know how else to say it, but that thing is tweaked.
Oh, yeah.
Lights are out on the pace car, though.
A lot of these cars in this field are tweaked in some way or in some fashion.
Yeah, there's not many cars out there without a little bit of sheet metal damage.
Although I'm looking at Tristan Anderson's car, and it's as clean as anything. It's not got one ding in it whatsoever.
Same with Robert Hill Jr.
Yeah.
Who says Canadians can't drive?
I know, right?
Green
Pace goes off.
Oh!
Did you see
Got
that?
to hit the wall.
I think Osmer might have helped him. Because there is a crinkle in the front of Osmer's car that wasn't there before.
Yellow.
The caution's out. What caused that?
Butch Fraser stopped and missing the left or the right rear of his car.
Was that caused by the melee at the front, though?
Well, let's take a look. We're riding along with Fraser right now to see what's going on here. Watch the 555. As they get to turn one, Tyler Graff. Whoa!
Tyler Graff killed him.
Car low, bud. Holy Christmas.
Oh, no. That's...
Tyler Graff having a moment of rectal cranial insertion syndrome. Good grief. Can we get security to the 555 and 77 haulers, please? Because I think there's a
fight.
Yeah, somebody's going to bend a torque wrench around somebody's head when this is all said and done. Good
And
grief.
this isn't going to be a fight like Busch versus Logano at Las Vegas. No.
No, this is going to be more like Cale Yarborough against the Allison brothers at Daytona in 1978.
Yeah, that was a fight. Unless you're Carl Edwards and Brad Keselowski, they fight with cars.
Yeah, no. Let's hope that we don't see cars getting upside down into the catch fence, because we like our virtual fans.
Yeah.
And I do need to say, speaking of fans, I do need to say hello to Miss Betty Lou.
Oh yeah, hello Betty Lou. Thanks for tuning in.
Watching us from Minnesota.
Sorry to see a man so many laps down, but he's been through the wars today, but he's still there. He's out on track.
He's still slugging it out for you, Betty Lou. Currently, where are we? 6 laps down in 33rd. So
He's 51 laps down.
Where are? Oh yeah, 51 laps down. I'm sorry. He's 6 laps to the bad for Dallas Pataska, who's 44 down. But 33rd, not where Gary Bauer really wanted to be here in the inaugural clash of the leagues, if you will.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like a driver swap, isn't it?
Kind of.
Driver exchange.
Now, I would like to point out that the ISL will be going to the penultimate race of their chase tomorrow night at Kentucky in the Dallara 2011, was what iRacing calls it. It's actually an IR05, so if you're an old school IndyCar fan, you want to tune into the Indy Speedway League channel for that one. That's broadcast scheduled to go off at 8:50 p.m. And then Thursday night we are at Sam, help me out here.
Lucas Oil Raceway.
Indianapolis Raceway Park with the Pro Mazda series, and you should see quite a few guys that you're seeing on track right now playing on the short tracks. And if you've never seen a short track race in an open wheel car, and I don't mean sprint cars, I mean an open wheel downforce car, it's definitely something to see. Now, Sam, you and I were in that race the last time we were at IRP, and that was probably the most fun I've ever had standing up.
Yeah, but you didn't die like I did, so.
Oh, that's right. Hey, did you ever replace that Ford Taurus you drove through?
Oh, that was at Richmond when I ended up over the wall and
right.
took out a load of RVs and Ford Tauruses, and yeah.
You had so many crashes in that series last season, it was hard to keep track of what track was where. But that's Pro Mazdas at Indianapolis Raceway Park. That's Thursday. So we'd like to have y'all come out and join us there. Indy Speedway League Pro Mazda Icebreaker Series. So looks like lights are going out on the pace car. Gauthier going to the high side again. Ronnie Osmer restarting inside. As much as I think outside is the most difficult spot, at least you can kind of see in a mirror if you've got it tuned right. Ronnie Osmer's going on pure sound.
Oh dear. I'm surprised Ronnie Osmer's up there, to be fair, despite the amount of incidents he's been through, especially the one with Medeiros. I mean, that nearly ended his race. I mean, to see him actually up there is really surprising to me. Same for Francois Pelletier. He's been through it as well, and he's up in the top 10.
Yeah, Pelletier is currently running 6th. Alex Green running in the top 10. Tristan Anderson in the top 10. Isaiah Dupree in the top 10. Brad Bothwell rounding out the top 10 as we are getting ready to go back to green. Pace car is in. Here we go, kids.
Green flag, green flag.
A lot cleaner start for the 64 this time. Ronnie Osmer going with him. Austin Wagner basically having to check up, it looked like. And that allowed Osmer to get in front of him. And right now the battle is for second and third. You see Wagner trying to work the inside of Osmer as they come off of 4. Osmer just another coat of paint. Osmer would have been in trouble.
It looks like Osmer's trying to use the walls, some brakes there.
Well, he's driving it as hard as he can to try to stay in front of the deuce, because we are 5 to go until the segment's going to end. And Osmer wants, I believe Osmer wants those bonus points. As he crosses him over.
You got to remember, Ronnie Osmer's driving a damaged car as well, so...
He's driving a damaged car, and he's doing a hell of a job with it. Again, to the inside of the 2 of Wagner. Metzger putting his nose in there as we got another country heard from, and here comes Robert Hill Jr. And this is where you just put them up on the dash and go, yep, let's go. As Wagner's still hanging on, Metzger, Osmer fading now. So I'm thinking the damage, he may have actually touched the wall again. Letting those guys
damage
go.
is going to take its toll.
Discretion being the better part of valor. A top 5. He knows he's about to get freight trained. Is he still fighting though with Robert Hill Jr. In that Davey Allison tribute paint scheme on the high side? Osmer bombing it into turn 3. Hill with the crossover. They're almost 3 wide. Oh, Katie bar the door. Here comes Tristan Anderson.
Oh, no!
Yellow, yellow,
That
yellow.
was huge. The 57 and Dustin Ping getting into it.
And Tyler Graff dies. Johnny Antonucci dies.
There's
Dustin
a graveyard
Ping.
on the front straight. Here.
Yeah. Let's.
That was caused by David Bigger and Dustin Ping.
Well, let's. We're watching Bigger right now in the 57, the black Camry. No, that wasn't caused by that. That was caused by the 30.
Oh, really?
Yes. Watch the replay, sir. Let's go to the replay again. Roll that beautiful beam footage. You see the 30 there as they come off of turn 2, and Bigger gets to his inside.
Oh,
Green has to check up for Forrest Sparks, and there goes Bigger to the inside. And Green just turns down into him. And unfortunately, Dustin Pang, Tyler Graff, Cody Eldred getting involved in that one. Wow. There's a lot of cars that just... Maderos getting killed. Gary Bauer, unfortunately, getting annihilated again. Butch Frazier,
again,
again, and that car is... He's coming down the coming down the front straightaway with the passenger side door aimed where he needs to go. So, yeah, I'm thinking that car's probably done for the night. You know, Cody Eldred getting pinched into the wall. Looks like he's able to keep going. Wow.
We'll be right back, guys.
That was... Wow. That was... Good grief. I don't know how else to describe it.
Well, there you look back there in 4th place, and who is it but Ronnie Osmer? He's held on to that with that beat-up car.
Oh, he was fighting tooth and nail. And, you know, the one thing I got to give that young man credit for, 17 years old, running on a single monitor. You know, the amount of racecraft that young man has already, he's going to be, if he can find the backing to get him into the ride he deserves to be in, that young man is going to be a world champion.
I tell you, he's definitely driving a car that is 20th place car here right now up front.
And Tristan Anderson staying out, Anthony Barbone staying out, Isaiah Dupree winning the race off pit road with a torn up race car. And that's going to do it for the segment. So,
Okay, I am back.
welcome back.
Some retirement news for you. Chris Gutierrez has put his car behind the wall. He has now left the server. So that's another retirement for you.
Well, let's go over the retirements that we've seen so far. Melissa Ligori, 16 laps down currently, now 17 laps down, 27th place, first retirement. Mark Vega in 28th is a retirement. Chris Gutierrez is a retirement. Dallas Pataska is a big ask, but he's trying to get those positions back. Jay Anderson out, Sam Harris out, Mike Jones out, Jose Pemban out, Martin Miller out, Ashton Crowder out. Phil McPhail out. Brian Ellis out. Joe Morganti out.
And now Jonathan Medeiros is out as well.
And Medeiros just taking it behind the wall as we are getting ready to start this final segment. Tristan Anderson leading them. Got a teammate right behind him. As he pulls the trigger, Isaiah Dupree going with him. Isaiah Dupree with a lot of damage on the tail of that car. Jake Gordon in there too.
Huge dive bomb from Kevin Paskowicz on Forrest Sparks.
The one you got to feel sorry for right now, Anthony Barbone, is he's got 3 teammates in front of him.
Tristan Anderson isn't a part of that team, I don't think.
He is currently in their team chat, sir.
Oh, is he? Oh, there's another wreck. Oh, not again.
Dustin Ping. Oh, no, he's still in the pits. Who are we here?
Krasinski.
Krasinski. Why can I not find Krasinski? There's Krasinski. Well, let's go to the replay. Inside of KP.
He got turned by KP.
A lot of damage on that car, and just that's all it takes. Is this, just that little amount of help, and around that car is going to go.
Nearly collected Ronnie Osmer.
Nearly collected Ronnie Osmer. Nearly collected Zach Brew. Nearly collected Austin Wagner. Francois Pelletier getting around those guys. So,
only 15 cars left on the lead lap now. I mean, these cautions are taking their toll on people. Dustin Ping has now put it behind the wall, and surprisingly after that last caution. So,
KP taking it pit side, getting some damage fixed.
I think that's his first time going down pit road for damage repair, because.
Right, but we were able to just watch the team pound the right rear of that car back out. As now, there goes the spoiler back to where it needs to be.
That's all right. I thought they were going to need me to go down there to the team booth and sit on the front hood or something.
Well, the nose of that car, you do see a seam, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him all that much. Okay. So Tristan Anderson currently showing the way. Anderson, Dupree, Gordon, Barbone, Sparks, Metzger, Gauthier, Wagner, Pelletier, and Osmer, your top 10.
Now, Andy, I don't know if you just heard that in the chat, but did you just hear Alex Green trying to do a bit of role-playing with Ray Black Jr.?
No, I didn't hear that.
He said he was going to be Joey Logano and Ray Black Jr. was going to be Matt Kenseth. Because apparently this is basically Martinsville, which is true, but
no, it's not.
It's similar. Like I said, it's a bad love child between Martinsville and Thompson.
Yes. I'll give you that one. The only difference is this doesn't have curbing like Martinsville does.
No. Those curbs are death. If you hit them wrong.
However, it does have all the cracks and crevices that a northeast winter will bring.
And I do remember back in the day, Ward Burton said he used to use those curbs at Martinsville to hook him, get his car to turn.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't do that anymore because the splitters sit so damn low.
Yeah.
So lights are out on the pace car. You got the teammates 1, 2, 3, and the one you got to feel sorry for is Anthony Barbone right now, as it's an open wheel invasion. Anderson, Dupree, Gordon, Barbone, Sparks, and Metzger, your top 6. Austin Wagner, Steve Gauthier, Ronnie Osmer and Francois Pelletier rounding out your top 10 as they work their way through the 3-4 complex. We get ready to turn them back loose, and let's see what happens.
Green, green, green.
And like I said, you got to feel sorry for Anthony Barbone, because with those guys all in the same TeamSpeak channel, they were able to pretty much go at the same time, and Barbone had a snowball's chance in hell of getting a good restart with him.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's
Here
unfortunate.
comes Barbone, though. He's got to run.
Where did that come from? That was amazing.
Oh!
Oh,
That was
Hang
not
on to
good.
her.
wonderful.
Hang on to her, Isaiah.
He's losing it. He's losing it. He can't hold it. The
There's-
8's going. Oh no!
And
not
there's the
again.
caution. And you got to feel sorry for... Oh, my goodness. Lisenby having
wreck-
nowhere to go. Just blast him. Robert Hill Jr. having nowhere to go.
That's a wreck that started on there in the backstretch going into 3. It
Yes,
finally happened out coming out of 4.
Yeah, yes, it did. Let's go to the replay there, and so here they are going into turn 1, and you see, the 93 to the inside. 93 throws the block a little bit of contact, checks up, and here comes the 2 and just rails it. And he's fighting it the rest of the corner, fighting it. Pelletier gets collected in that one. A lot of good cars. Paskowicz involved in that one. David Bigger involved in that one. Just good grief.
Casey Metzger's put it behind the wall. He's gone.
Oh, Metzger was another one that was involved in that one.
Yeah, he's retired from the race now.
Looks like Dustin Peng taking it behind the wall.
Justin Lisenby taking it behind the wall as well.
Lisenby retiring it.
Wow.
Just that was... Whew. Wasn't the worst one I've seen, but it wasn't the best one either.
So really, the only car out there without damage, as you said before, is going to be Tristan Anderson.
True story.
I think Robert Hill Jr. is still.
No,
road
he
damage written.
got involved in that one. He
Oh no!
absolutely nowhere to go. And just got railed. So, Francois Pelletier in 15th, last car on the lead lap. Cody Eldred 2 laps down. Casey Metzger retired 3 laps down. Justin Lisenby 4 laps down. Creighton Carter 4 laps down. Ray Black Jr. 5 laps down. David Bigger 8 laps down. Dustin Frazier 12 laps down. Dustin Ping 12 laps down but retired. Johnny Antonucci 12 laps down, still running. Tyler Graff 13 down, still running. Then we've got a slew of retirements. So,
And Austin Wagner's now retired as well, so we're getting a lot of retirements at this point.
and Austin Wagner taking it into the garage. So, oh, good grief! It's the lights are out on the pace car, so business is about to pick up yet again. And it looks like Trading Paints hates my guts again.
It's been hating me pretty bad too tonight.
So if anybody's paint scheme just changed, because I noticed a few of them have changed, get your hate mail going to Trading Paints. Because
If you're referring to Tristan Anderson's paint scheme, it's black for me as well. So
no, it's a plain white wrapper. But the thing is, Isaiah's car just changed to the iRacing default. KP's changed to his iRacing default, and there's a couple others that have done the same. As they're working through the 3-4 complex, getting ready to go back to green flag action, we'll be working lap 114 of 175.
This should be fun.
Green, green, green.
And here we go again. Tristan Anderson getting a good run. Jake Gordon able to kind of hang with him on the inside. Not giving Barbone the line he wants. Barbone trying to pinch down. And Gordon basically has to just let him go. Here comes Alex Green to the inside of Ronnie Osmer. As Green almost making it 4 wide.
Ooh. Smart to back out of that one.
Not words you commonly hear associated with the driver of the Home Depot cars in any series.
Yeah, it's either bring me the win or bring me the steering wheel at this point.
Well, it definitely looks like Anthony Barbone's setting up Tristan Anderson. He's still fast.
He is still fast, but Tristan Anderson has the oldest tires on the track right now, 35 laps. Anthony Barbone is 17 laps newer. As they go side by side across the stripe down into turn number 1, Barbone has the position. Anderson trying to hang tough on the high side, giving him plenty of room, knowing that there's plenty of racing left to do. Just gives it to him for now, hoping to stay with him. Barbone slips up coming through 3-4, diamonds the corner. Anderson trying to arc it. Two different driving styles coming through the 3-4 complex there. As Jake Anderson under attack from Ronnie Osmer right now and Steve Guthrie.
I tried
3 wide.
Oh, wow. 3 wide back there again with Ronnie Osmer in the middle of it.
The one place you don't want to be is the meat in the sandwich at Loudon, as Jake Gordon kicks it sideways, locking the brakes up, and gets back on it, trying to make it work on the high side, trying to keep it wound up. As we see the 555 back on the track, no hole, and Osmer uses the 555 as a pick to get by Jake Gordon. Gordon not going to be too happy.
Luckily, Jake Gordon's got support there from Isaiah Dupree, who's his teammate, so hopefully they can work together and get up there past Gauthier.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen. No, it's Osmer. Gauthier's working on the inside right now, trying to get up there to work with Osmer. So, and another country heard from Justin Krasinski coming back on the field right now.
I tell you, there's a dogfight for 5th through 7th back here.
Pretty much, yeah. Gauthier got by him. Krasinski banging doors a little bit with Jake Gordon. Gordon letting him go. Can't do that in a sprint car, so I don't know how used to banging doors Jake Gordon is.
Yeah, you certainly can't make that sort of contact in a sprint car, that's for sure.
Not unless you have your will in order. And Forrest Sparks and Kevin Paskowicz and Cody Eldred in screen there. Eldred a couple laps down as you see Paskowicz work to the outside of Sparks. It's Virginia against Ohio right now. As they make a little bit of contact coming off the corner, and KP is going to get the position coming across the stripe that time, as we are fast approaching 50 to go. Woo! That looked healthy as the 5 is into the wall again. Dallas Pataska eating the wall. A lot of damage on the right side of that car.
He's having a horrible race tonight.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. What's the saying, from the penthouse to the outhouse?
Yeah, he's gone from dominating last week to having such a terrible run this time round. It's unfortunate to see, but I'm sure he'll pick it up next week when we go to Indy.
And Austin Wagner's bowed out, pick up behind the wall.
Well, we're currently watching the battle for third as Gauthier, Osmer, and Krasinski just fighting it tooth and nail right now. Osmer with still a little bit of damage, but not quite as much as he had. As Krasinski
Ooh, my.
crosses him over. That could have ended poorly. Another coat of paint, those guys would have been in deep trouble. And that's allowed Gauthier to start to try to reel in Tristan Anderson, who currently sits in second. Anthony Barbone has checked out. North of
Yeah, I
a
was
full
just about
second.
to say that.
North of a full second right now. Barbone is snapped to see it by. I'll see you guys in the post-race conference.
And that's what he was doing earlier in the race when he was chasing Krasinski down. I mean, he's got it hooked up around this track, and once he got a sniff of the lead earlier, he was right on it, and now he's in the lead. He's using that good form to great effect, and he's actually pulling away very quickly from Tristan Anderson. He's over a second ahead now, so
second and a half actually.
Yeah.
I've been watching Stade Gauthier in the 64. He's been using this low line. He's been pretty quick here. It looks like he's setting up Tristan Anderson for a pass for third or second.
I'm wondering if Tristan Anderson's used up his tires, because he's been fighting hard with Barbone for a while.
Well, he's got the oldest tires on the track, so that's a safe bet.
Yeah.
If I was Anderson in the 73, I'd be praying for a caution right now. Because he's about to... he's still hanging tough on the high side, but he's got Gauthier and Krasinski, and Osmer's within striking distance as well. So you see your battle second through fifth right there in screen, and that's allowed Anthony Barbone to jump out to 1.95 seconds. Almost two full seconds to the good for the 25.
And Krasinski's kind of like a bad dream that reoccurs for these guys up front. No matter what happens, here he comes.
Absolutely. Well, right now he's trying to work with Gauthier to try to reel in Barbone. That's the only way these guys are going to do it, is just work together and try to reel in Anthony Barbone. But he's still, lapping low 31s.
Yeah, 31 flats. That's flying on these tires being at at this stage of the race.
35 laps in, that was the slowest lap I've seen yet. 31.7 out of Barbone.
Yeah, Tristan Anderson falling back through the field now. I think he's completely spent up those tires, and he's just falling backwards now.
Well, he's got Ronnie Osmer to contend with now, and his teammate Isaiah Dupree.
Yeah, like you said, he's probably praying for that caution to come out right now, but the way these guys are racing right now, it doesn't look like it's going to happen, so he's going to be in some serious trouble once those tires completely fall off the cliff.
This is true, and Francois Pelletier a little bit off the pace. A lot of nose damage on that car. I'm wondering if he's got overheating problems starting to rear their ugly head.
Yeah, he's the last car on the lead lap, and he's struggling a bit around there, but as we know from Francois Pelletier, he knows how to get it back, and still plenty of the race to go with 50 to go, so hopefully he can get that fixed and get back up there again.
Absolutely. Barbone, Gauthier, Krasinski, Anderson, Dupree, Osmer, Gordon, Green, Brothwell, and Sparks, your top 10. And the field is really starting to get stretched out now. Gauthier starting to reel in Barbone. It's got the lead cut down to under a second and a half.
Yeah, and he's got Krasinski with him, 4/10 back. So we could have a 3-car race for the lead here.
Yeah, it's not going to be too much longer before that's going to be the reality, Sam. As that Toyota Camry of Gauthier, really starting to come alive now. As we are going to have, we're closing in on the 40 to go mark.
I've just taken a look at Barbone, and it looks like he's struggling through the corners. I don't know if he's another one that's got tire issues, because he's struggling getting around those corners, and Gauthier and Krasinski are absolutely reeling him in right now. It's looking very, very likely that they're going to catch him within about 10 laps at the most.
That's a possibility, and you're right. He is. I'm looking at the telemetry. He's not coming through the corners quite as ferocious as he was earlier. Getting it all the way down to 85.
Oh, Gauthier's in the wall.
Gauthier.
Oh, no.
That hurt.
Yeah, that's let Krasinski back in, and Krasinski's going to take that second place away now.
So let's watch what happened here as they work their way through. Pushes up high. The diamond didn't work and just catches the wall down the back straightaway, it looks like. Yep, there it is. Setting up for turn 3. Ran out of room. And Krasinski now gets... And then blasted again. He scraped it going into 3 and then pounded it in the middle of 3 and 4. So...
Yeah, Barbone's got to be thanking his lucky stars that's happened now, because it's allowed him to pull away by another half a second.
Yeah, but Krasinski's starting to reel him in too.
I don't think Gauthier's done yet. Looks like he gathered it up and he's holding his own. Well,
he's down on speed a couple mile an hour. He's got to really work the draft and work with Justin Krasinski if he's going to have any chance at the end of this race. And I dare say that we are fast approaching the, quote, money stop.
Oh, yeah. That's where all the action happens, and that's where the race will be either won or lost.
Absolutely, as they are 40 to go currently. Barbone with... The lead is dwindling for Barbone. 1.8 down from 2.2. So... Krasinski and Gauthier are catching Barbone and gapping Tristan Anderson. And Anderson is still fighting with teammate Isaiah Dupree. Ronnie Osmer starting to fade a little bit. I mean, I do apologize, folks, but there's not a lot of battling going on right now. It's mostly follow the leader, which, it's still... Anything can happen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they may be spread out right now, but between now and the end of the race, there could be another caution. There could be anything. Someone could actually find a new head of steam and actually get up there and battle for that lead. I mean, Gauthier and Krasinski have actually got lap traffic to contend with now, and that's helping Barbone get away, but that doesn't mean Barbone can get caught up in lap traffic himself. I mean, he's stuck behind Pelletier right now.
Right, and you just saw Zach Brew do the sportsman-like thing and just get the hell out of the way. We're going to take a look at Pelletier right there, and you see the 25 has gotten by him. Pelletier is struggling. Pelletier has just had just horrid luck tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that goes for most of the drivers around here. I mean, the people that you'd expect to be up the front, like the Dallas Pataskas, I mean, Ray Black Jr., people like that, Justin Lisenby, Dustin Pink, they've all had terrible races tonight, and all of them except for Ray Black Jr. and Francois Pelletier have put it behind the wall, and yeah, it's just been one of those nights, and hopefully they can get it back next week when we go to Indianapolis.
Absolutely. You watch Pelletier just let Krasinski go. Doesn't even attempt to try to hold him up. Just go ahead, man. So the sportsmanship thing coming through there.
Barbone's struggling even more.
He's struggling even more, but he does have that lead back out to 1.9.
The 555 just hit the wall again as Barbone's coming past. Oh, I thought that was going to be an issue then, but managed to get by safely. Can Krasinski get by him as well? Let's see.
Well, let's find out. He's staying way high, just letting Krasinski have the position. You hear him roll out of the throttle, let Krasinski have the line. So, again, and that has allowed Krasinski to close up to 1.3. Business is about to pick up.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to be much business because Krasinski, he pitted on that last caution. I don't think Barbone did. So
He did not.
He did not. Okay, so Krasinski knows something that we don't. I mean, he's proved that in the race earlier tonight. These two back at the front again. I mean, it was different positions last time, but I think Krasinski, once he gets up to Barbone, is going to make a complete meal of him because Barbone's struggling out there right now in those tires.
Well, as you say that, Barbone's able to gain a 10th.
Yeah, I think he's just picked up the draft of KP, so that might be the case.
Barbone gained a 10th that lap, so... and you're right, that is Paskowicz in 7 in front of him. And now it's back down to 1.3. Because the closer, well, I was going to say the closer he gets to Paskowicz, the bigger an issue the aero push is going to become.
Yeah, Paskowicz getting out of the way and letting. Oh no, that was close.
He almost turned the car trying to get out of the way.
Yeah. Got to remember though, Kevin Paskowicz, this is his first time ever at this track, and I've got to applaud him, man. He's doing really well being up there. I mean, 12th place, last car in the lead lap. Well, was last car in the lead lap, but he's done really well to stay out of trouble tonight. And I've got to applaud him. I know that sounds a bit bad, seeing as he's my teammate in the ISL, but here
Krasinski catches him right in the exact same spot, and Paskowicz gives him plenty of room that time. Krasinski's holding court right now, low 1.4, high 1.3 seconds with the gap for Barbone.
He's getting him. He's slowly getting there, but he needs to. I think the pit stop's gonna be the deciding factor in this, because the way he's driving right now, he's not catching him fast enough. I mean, he's taking a 10th off each here and there, but keep going like that, it's not going to be fast enough. It's going to be race over by the time he does catch him.
Right. We're currently 30 to go right now. The question is, when do you take your stop? Do you take it now, get the fresh tires, and hopefully make some hay? Or do you pit as late as you possibly can, short fill it on fuel, and gamble on the tires? Or do you take rights only? That's the question. You take 2 tires, 4 tires, no tires?
That's the conundrum of this part of the race. You have to get that strategy nailed down, otherwise it's curtains and you've just basically lost yourself a race win. As Barbone gets around the inside of Creighton Carter, putting another lap on that number 4 machine. Hopefully Krasinski can do the same thing for his race as well, as they're coming up on Gary Bauer as well.
They're coming up on Gary Bauer. Gary, just, if it wasn't for bad luck, Gary wouldn't have had any luck at all tonight. But that's kind of been the story of Gary's season, in the Indy cars as well. He's been caught up in other people's messes so many times that, he's had one of the fastest cars in practice. He's had one of the fastest cars in qualifying, and just caught up in somebody else's mess, and there goes the race.
Yeah, and we did. That's how he's garnered the name Front Row Bauer, because every time he's taken part in a race in the ISL, he's put it on the front row. But when it comes to the actual race itself, he has so much bad luck, and he gets wrecked by other people's wrecks, and it's just unfortunate for him.
Yeah, absolutely. When a guy has a 1.23 average starting position for the season, that should speak volumes.
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
But meanwhile, back to the task at hand, Anthony Barbone now stretching the lead out to 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm wondering if his tires, if he's managed to catch a second win with those tires, because he's actually managing to gap Justin Krasinski now. But just got to put into the fact that Justin Krasinski's just had to do exactly the same thing that Anthony Barbone's had to do. He's had to get around Creighton Carter and Gary Bauer. So maybe he lost a bit of time doing that, but hopefully he can get that back in again and make this into a more interesting ordeal.
I'm thinking you might be right, Sam. Barbone may have been backing out of it a little bit, where you thought he was having trouble making through the corner. He was probably looking for a cooler section of racetrack, one that hadn't really been used a ton today, and trying to cool those tires off, get a heat cycle in them, and then, get back after it, because he's definitely holding court right now at 1.5 seconds.
Almost definitely, yeah.
Barbone, Krasinski, Gauthier, Dupree, Anderson, Osmer, Gordon, Brothwell, Hill, and Green, your top 10. And there are really no battles in the top 15 right now, as everybody is at least half a second apart.
There is a nice battle brewing between Ronnie Osmer and Jake Gordon, though. Jake Gordon is slowly reeling in that number 55. And hopefully we might have some kind of a battle here, but yeah, like you said, everyone's really spread out right now and nothing really happening. So hopefully, like I said before, the pit stops might actually throw a bit of excitement into this.
Absolutely. As you see Forrest Sparks there just appearing in view. Forrest, the last car on the lead lap, getting ready to go a lap down. That is 11th place in front of your leader.
Riding along with Anthony Barbone here. One thing I didn't know they're doing, he's downshifting. He's seeing third gear going into these turns and shifting the fourth coming out of them.
Is he?
That means he's fuel saving and he's saving his tires.
Yes, it does. So we're going to go into the cockpit view now with Barbone. And listen to the car as he... And there's the shift. You're right, he is.
Yeah. Got a nice outside move on Forrest Sparks as well.
Actually, I don't think he is shifting, because you don't hear him shift back up.
He isn't right now. He was before.
And this is with the view out of from your leader's helmet cam.
Anthony Barbone has actually put another bit more time on Justin Krasinski. I mean, Krasinski's just holding position right now. I don't think he's gaining enough to even make any... He's not even threatening Barbone right now.
I'm thinking Krasinski's gone into fuel-saving mode as we are 20 to go. He may have gone into fuel-saving mode thinking that Barbone can't possibly make it from here. Because Barbone is 64 laps into this stint. Second oldest set of tires on the track right now, second only to Tristan Anderson, who currently sits in fifth.
Let's go back to Steve Gauthier. Since hitting the wall, he's fallen to 5 seconds back from the leaders, which is amazing. I'm wondering if that damage has affected him somehow. Because he's fallen right back from everybody, Barbone and Krasinski.
Well, look at the amount of wheel that he's got to put into the car. If you go into the cockpit view, we're watching it on the stream right now. The amount of wheel he has to put in the car, I'm thinking he just completely whooped the crap out of that right front tire. He has no right front tire absolutely left on that car.
No, he hasn't, no.
Because of the amount of wheel, he's turning it almost 90 full degrees, which is next to unheard of.
Around this track it is, yeah. Because even though it is a tight corner, you still don't have to turn the wheel that much to get round.
Right, and you heard him have to grab a gear there to get the car to take a set. So yeah, he's definitely struggling. But he's not as struggling as much as Isaiah Dupree is, because he's still 8 seconds to the good over Dupree.
Yeah, which is amazing. 'Cause Isaiah he's in a pack of cars though. He's got Tristan Anderson behind him. I think he's just past Tristan, because Tristan was in front of him a while back. I'm pretty sure Isaiah must have got round him at some point. But yeah, he's got Tristan Anderson a second behind him, but he's also got Zach Brew and the 555 with them as well. But 555's dropping back now.
Barbone continues to show the way as we are going to be, 15 to go this time across the stripe. Barbone, Krasinski, Gauthier, Dupree, Anderson, Osmer, Gordon, Hill, Brothel, and Green. Green just went a lap down. So your leader has currently lapped all the way up to 9th.
Yeah,
Let that sink in for a moment, folks. We started 37 cars, and only 9 cars are left on the lead lap. As you see the 42. Why am I not? There it is. That is 9th place, going a lap down there. So he's now lapped all the way. 9th is a lap down now. 8 cars left on the lead lap. The next car is Robert Hill, who is right in front of the leader. You're going to see Hill appear in screen relatively quick here. And your leader is still turning low 32-second laps, 70 laps into his tire stint. This is a clinic on tire management being put on right now by Anthony Barbone.
Oh yeah, most definitely, and he's reeling in the 95 as well now. So,
you see the 95 appearing on screen every once in a while. He is fast approaching putting the 95 a lap down.
Yellow flag is out.
And
yeah, he's gonna be lapped up to 8th place now. So it's amazing seeing him run like this. But there's a caution out. I don't know what caused that.
I'm looking. Tyler Graff.
Oh dear.
Let's go to the replay. Roll that beautiful bean footage. And you see the 77 go into turn number 1. You see Forrest Sparks in front of him.
KP spun in front of him.
Yep, you see smoke in front of him, and Graff just locks it up. So let's go to KP. Find out what happened there.
He just looped it by himself, got into the wall.
Yep, you see the right side of that car caved way in. Coming through the 1-2 complex right now, you see Alex Green right behind him. Green goes to the inside, scares the hell out of KP.
The leaders are pitting.
And the leaders are pitting. Money stop time, boys and girls.
Dallas Pataska nearly hit KP. How bad would that have been if he hit him? If he got involved in another wreck and Arca braked another car?
Yeah. Yeah, basically that would have not been cool. All right, so everybody on the lead lap looks like they're taking Anthony Barbone 4 and a full boat of fuel. Justin Krasinski 4 and a full boat of fuel. Gauthier 4 tires. Hill in the pits right now. Brothwell getting that damage fixed on the number 42. Long stop for him, drops him to 5th currently.
Yeah, David Bigger finally calling it a day and putting it behind the wall.
Robert Hill Jr. only took 2.
Wow.
There's your first gamble. It puts him up into 4th. Definitely not what Barbone wanted to see. He probably could have made it. It looks like we're going to have about a 5-lap shootout when we go back to green. So, if it was ever time to put him up on the dash and, go for it, this is the time.
Now, Robert Hill's saying that he missed his pit stall the first time around.
Aha, that would explain why it didn't give a time in the stall. Because he was only 28 seconds on pit road. So four and a full boat for Mr. Hill. A little bit of damage repair. Looks like they may have pulled a piece of tape off the front or put one on. I'm not sure which way they went. Drops him to 8th. Francois Pelletier getting the wave around. Going to be the last car on the lead lap. 56 laps on his tires, though. This is going to be a big ask.
You know, Francis Pelletier needs to win the Timex Award. He's taken a licking and kept on ticking tonight.
Absolutely. But Barbone continuing to show the way. Looks like the field's starting to form up.
I think we're back up to 10 cars on the lead lap as well, which is amazing to see, considering how many people were lapped.
We are, as Pelletier takes the wave around there.
That puts Forrest Sparks, the first car on the a lap down.
Tighten up the belts, boys, because we are about to go back to green.
It's going to be fun.
Barbone and Krasinski up on point.
Green, green, green.
Oh.
And Krasinski caught sleeping.
Gautier's got him as well.
And Isaiah Dupree trying to stick a nose in there as well.
Yellow, yellow.
Oh, we got a car around. That looks like Forrest Sparks. That's spun at the back.
Tyler Graff taking evasive action. Let's take a look and see what happened to Forrest. You see Forrest in the 61. And go ahead and get your hate mail going, Forrest, because that was your buddy Alex that turned it.
I don't think he'll need hate mail. I think he just has to drive down the road to kick his ass.
Pretty much, yeah. I dare say that, with a friend like Alex Green, Forrest Sparks does not need a proctologist.
I mean, they both live in Roanoke, Virginia, so yeah.
Yeah.
He only needs to go for a short drive and, yeah. Don't forget your baseball bat, Forrest.
Yeah, let's watch that again, because that was... You see Forrest on the outside, and Alex just forgets to brake. And, of course, KP, there's no love lost between Pascowich and Green either, so KP just blasts Green right in the back bumper. So...
Amazingly, all three cars still out on track, so I think it's pretty...
If they get formed up quickly, we may have a green-white checker.
We may. But that start from Krasinski, he got caught sleeping, and Gauthier managed to sneak back into second place. So that was a good start from Gauthier. I mean, he might actually have a chance of actually winning this now.
Well, here's the problem, though. Gauthier is going to be starting in the absolute hardest starting spot in all of sim racing. Outside row number 1.
Yeah.
Krasinski now starting behind Barbone can see Barbone better than Krasinski's going to be able to.
But what you got to remember is if the leader gets to choose which line he gets to start on the restart. So if Barbone chooses to start on the outside, then that could be curtains for him, and either Gauthier or Krasinski could actually steal that first place. So anything could happen in this at the end of this race. So we just got to keep holding on to our wheels or our seats or whatever you're holding on to, folks. Just keep holding on, because this is going to be an exciting finish.
It is a possibility.
There's a name we haven't, and a number we haven't called much. 93 of Isaiah Dupree. He's in fairly good shape. He's going to be on the outside row there. He has a good shot at making this happen.
Yeah, and don't discount Tristan Anderson as well. He's been up there all night as well as Ronnie Osmer. But Ronnie Osmer, as I've already pointed out earlier in the race, he's got a severely damaged car from all the incidents he's been through tonight. So he might be an outside choice for this one. But
well, let me pose this question to you, Sam. Don't you think we should give the 93 an EOL right now?
Yeah, I think so. That sounds like a good idea.
There's a little joke, Andy, whenever we run just pickup races, and when I say pickup races, I'm talking just open hosted, crazy, just dumb shit.
Usually dirt.
Usually on the dirt. We usually either black flag or EOL the 93 before we take the green. Simply because the kid's a good driver. I got to give credit where credit's due. Anybody that says a Canadian can't drive, I'm just gonna hold up a picture of Isaiah Dupree's car and go, yeah, tell me that again. Winningest driver in the ISL this past season.
Well, I'll be darned.
3 wins in the 05s and 7 wins in the DW12s. Plus, I think he's got 2 or 3 in the Pro Mazdas.
Well, I got a good friend by the name of Steve Arpin. He's a Canadian driver, and I can say he could drive the wheel off of most cars, too.
So, we're looking for... Nope. There it is. Lights are out on the pace car.
Here we go.
We are going to get a green-white checker attempt, anyways.
No, we're going to get a one-lap shootout.
That's basically it. It's the green and white are going to come out at the same time. Barbone has to hold him off for one more lap. I predict carnage, so because of that, we are going to go to the lovely blimp view. Simply because I know all hell is about to break loose.
But because it's the white flag lap, I don't think it'll go straight to caution afterwards, would it?
No, it's because the white flag will have already come out, and the next race will be the checkers. So whoever gets back to the start-finish line first will be the winner. And there it goes. Barbone gets the start of his life. Here comes Krasinski trying to go in side-by-side with Gauthier. And that's Anderson trying to make it 3 wide. Wisely backing out of it. Here comes Ronnie Osmer touching the 41.
Gautier's run wide. He's going to lose a ton of positions. He's hit the wall.
Oh, that's exactly what we were thinking was going to happen.
Osmer
sideways.
Going around.
Collects it. Gets it collected back up. Anthony Barbone going to hold on for the win, and that's Isaiah Dupree into the wall. Barbone winning. Justin Krasinski hanging on for second. Tristan Anderson coming home third. Isaiah Dupree in fourth. So, what a finish.
Yeah, that was a great race.
I wasn't expecting to see that, but that was unfortunate for Steve Gauthier because he had all the cards in his hand and he completely threw them away on that restart.
Absolutely. Joining us now back in the booth, Mr. Taylor Burris. Taylor, we all want to know what in the blue hell happened to, I believe it was Sam Harris?
73 gets turned on pit road.
Probably the reason why what happened to Sam Harris, all the cautions that happened tonight, getting tired of it, which I can firmly agree.
That was a rage quit. Okay.
Wow, he was schooling the field too.
Yeah. But tonight is a night where I want to pull your hair out almost, but
almost? I don't have any hair left to pull.
I'm on my last strand.
Well,
guys,
there's always...
I'd definitely like to hear what happened down pit road with Tristan Anderson after the race. He went spinning down there. Apparently,
that was his
folks
teammate.
Aren't too happy with each other.
Yeah, tonight was an intro.
Sorry, carry on, Todd.
Funny thing was, Anthony Barbone kind of won the race in a similar instance where we had a lot of issues with drivers amongst each other.
So
it was an interesting night. We had a lot of interesting incidents and drivers spinning each other and wrecking around, and Anthony ended up winning.
Anthony Barbone not in TeamSpeak.
We do have Tristan though.
Justin Krasinski not in TeamSpeak.
I think they're coming.
He's there now. He's just come on to TeamSpeak. He's up in Class A Racing Oval.
There he is.
User was moved to your channel.
Justin Krasinski, Tony up in the booth. You got me, sir.
Yes, sir.
So walk us through the not the last restart, the one before that. It looks like you got snookered there, sir.
Yeah, we were terrible all night, to be completely honest with you. We were really bad, and we just got our track position after. I feel bad for Anthony about halfway there when we got together, and I ended up getting turned, and that stuff happens when you're racing on old tires. But yeah, we got in the back and got crashed a couple times. It was a mess, but that second to last restart, I told him, I was like, I didn't have anything for you. The caution kind of screwed you up. I'll let you have the bottom, and I'll let you go in turn one, and then if you mess up after that, it's fair game. But I decided not to race him in the turn one because I wasn't going to catch him anyways. But yeah, it was a good night. I mean, we had fun, raced well. I got a shout out to my friends, the Grazianos in Chicago. They're not doing so hot right now, but we ran tonight for them, and glad to finish second.
All right, so 33 laps led, just so you know. Definitely an amazing performance in the middle of the race. You were definitely trying to stretch that fuel mileage from the looks of it.
Yeah, we were getting good fuel mileage. I'm not exactly sure when the 25 pitted. He told me he was good to go. I'm not exactly sure, but I knew I was right on the money and going to be really, really close at the end. So I was hoping he would run out, but we got yellow anyways, got some tires. It was one of those nights. The Camry was good tonight, so thank you guys for everything you do in the broadcast. Had a lot of fun and hope to be back.
All right, so Justin Krasinski able to hang on for second. Tough fought battle. We will see you next week. I believe we're at Indy next week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we are at Indy next week. Justin, great race tonight. We'll see you next week at Indy.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, so Justin Krasinski joining us there. Let's put him back up into
User was moved out of your
put him up in the
channel.
main gate. I do not
User was moved
see.
to your channel.
I have Tristan.
You have Tristan.
Hello.
Tristan Anderson. Answer everybody's question. What the heck happened on pit road? Was that Isaiah playing pranks on you
When?
post race?
Oh, and yeah, it was just messing around.
Yeah, because I'm following the leader, and all of a sudden I hear Anderson gets turned. I went, probably his teammate.
Yeah, it was just Jake, I believe, messing around a little bit at the end.
But definitely a hard fought podium in your first RTFT race. You led 14 laps, so something to kind of be proud of there.
Yeah, I don't even know how I led those laps. I was on such old tires. I just stayed out thinking my car was really good on the long runs. Maybe I can get a few laps.
That's all you can usually ever hope for. And from the looks of it, nope, you didn't. You did lead 14 though. Congratulations on the podium. You're gonna need to get your teammate to actually give you something different than a plain white wrapper for next week, though.
I do have a skin on my car, but that's just trading paints, I guess.
Yeah, it showed up black for me as well. So.
Oh. Well, actually, I'm not even part of a team, so.
Yes, but you were in their team speak tonight, so we're considering you part of their team.
Okay, fair enough.
You are now the enemy. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, definitely. Congratulations on the podium, bud, and we'll let you get back up there. Indy next week, so something to look forward to there.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll be practicing.
He's going to be racing with us at Kentucky on Tuesday as well, so we'll see him there.
And we will see you tomorrow night at Kentucky in the IRO5s.
Yes, you will.
And so Tristan Anderson able to come home in second. Still not seeing Anthony Barbone in
Did I get second? I thought I got third.
Or third,
Yeah, he
I'm
came in
sorry.
third.
Yeah.
Third. Still not seeing Anthony Barbone, but congratulations to the entire 25 team.
Thank you.
And we will we'll let you get back to it, Tristan. We'll see you tomorrow night.
See you then.
So, gentlemen, like Taylor had mentioned, 15 cautions for 63 laps.
It was
Yeah,
caution filled, for sure. You know, there was a lot of beating and banging, but that makes the racing interesting. I'm sure Taylor, he doesn't agree with that, but that was a good, from my standpoint, up in the booth. A lot of lead changes and a lot of sheet metal gotten bent up.
Yeah, and as I said from the outset, this race was always going to be a race of attrition. I mean, with the amount of retirees we had in the race and the amount of cautions we had, it was always going to be this way, given the nature of the track and some of these guys racing here for the first time ever. So, yeah, it was always going to be that way, and it did create some excitement, but yeah, attrition at the same time.
Well, this has got to be one of the biggest short tracks ever created.
It's 1 mile long.
It's 1 mile long, but the thing is, it races like it's a quarter mile Saturday night, Katie bar the door bull ring.
If you think about it, it's a flat Dover, really, because Dover's a mile long as well. So
it's not a flat Dover. Don't insult Dover like that. So, but
I do look forward to Indy next week, especially in the AM class. Hopefully, the setup isn't quite as tight as it was this past week.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to Indy. I think that's a little bit more wide open spaces for these drivers to get a feel for. So hopefully, I got to say thanks again for Alex for coming out with some of his guys to come out tonight. So looking forward to Indy.
Looking forward to Indy. Looking forward to tomorrow night with the penultimate round of the IndyCar chase in the IRO 5s. Would like to congratulate Robert Hill Jr. tonight. Hard Charger Award, starting 37th, coming home in 8th. So good on you there. Looking down through the field, not a single driver had a zero incident race.
Wow.
Wow. But yeah, it was an exciting race. I mean, if this is anything to go by, and last week, next week at Indy should be an absolute barnstormer, and I'm actually looking forward to calling that with you guys.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be something to write home about, because Indy's always fun in stock cars to begin with, and with the amount of talent and the level of talent that's in this league, it's going to be definitely something to remember. So
hopefully next week I'll have the technical issues worked out on mine now.
Well, we're going to have a whole week to work on them, bud. But
you guys were a blast to call this race with Sam. Tony, this has been awesome, bud.
Well, thank you for joining us in the booth. Would like to remind everybody that tomorrow night's race is going to actually be over on the ISL channel, Indy Speedway League on YouTube. So look for that there. We're gonna put that down in the description so you know where to find tomorrow night's event. We will be back here in the Bofa Broadcasting Company's channel next Monday for Indianapolis in the Xfinity cars. That's going to be such an enjoyable event. I almost want to actually be on the track instead of in the booth for that one. So, but I believe that's going to do it for us tonight. You have been watching a presentation of the RTFT All-Star Racing League. For Mr. Taylor Burris, for Mr. Andy DeLay, for Mr. Sam Cooper Bennett, I am Tony Trapasso saying, ladies and gentlemen, we will catch you next time.